Feel like John Morant, need a triple double. Told him check the stats, yeah I got a couple. I don't drop the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple double. Told him check the stats, yeah I got a couple. I don't drop the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah I need it now, told him on the lay. I've been moving dog, yeah I'm on the way. I don't hear the talk, don't care what they say. I don't got no patience, I can't ever wait. I've been trying to get it, running up all these digits. And I've been in the gym, I've been up doing minutes. I just put in that work, told them it's strictly business. And I see through the face, they all just burning bridges. Feel like John Morant, need a triple double. Told him check the stats, yeah I got a couple. I don't drop the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP.
Morning. Welcome back to another session in the profile hideout. Let's talk profiles. Let's talk profiles. Let me see what I got here. Right, so first of all, on the weekly, basically tapped all targets to the downside, except for that last range low right here from the halfway end of November. Might be the low for this week. We'll see. On the daily, yesterday after trading hours we still sold off pretty much. For some reason DeepCharts is not calculating that last half hour, which is fine though. So per usual, setting levels, range low, value low. The prior POC at 727. Value area higher. Let me zoom in here. Freaking overnight session, 633 points. Interesting. Range high, so complete range. Range high, value, range low, POC. So as it stands, we are about to open in range and value, which is going to be the more balanced opening type. The open is to be determined. Basically about to open at the same price as yesterday. Definitely will be using the overnight profiles here. I can see the aggression on top here at 799, 800s. That's going to be a key level to hold if price wants to do some kind of bounce here. So above that level, I'll be looking for value area high to break, regain, trade towards the power range high, and see from there. That would mean we are potentially regaining some higher time frame lows. Could be a nice bounce spot, not gonna lie. So especially above that aggression level, which we'll go over in a minute on the overnight at the 800s. Value area higher from that session. Yeah, let's just get into the overnight. All right. Still got 15 minutes till the open here, so this profile is still gonna develop a lot, but it will give us an idea of what's going on here. I really have to look into why deep charge is not counting in that last hour of trading. We'll see. Not today. So at the moment, dude, this overnight session it's a trending profile. High volume nodes, low volume nodes. Definitely a trending looking profile. So at first, or the thing that stands out for me is, or I want to see is that upper distribution up here. If price is able to keep trading above the 800s here, if I zoom in, basically a high volume node here with that aggression at 794. So regardless of what the profile is going to do, that level, I mean, it's trading at it, so there's still a potential for changes, but that level is going to be a key level. 795 basically. If price is able to trade above and buyer show control, I'll be looking for the overnight high. That breaks. Let me add, yeah, prior value area high. If these two break, yeah, very likely to overnight high, prior range high. I'll be looking for those moves and then see what happens after. Do we reject? Do we keep going? Then for shorts, I'm probably not too sure. That prior POC is here too. Kind of leading somewhat more bullish today. I don't know why. So overall, if it's going to be a balanced day, these levels up here are the ones to short. But do I really want to short against a potential short squeeze on a bigger time frame? Maybe I just want to wait for more information, break of the prior POC, and then short below that. Maybe, perhaps. Or price regains all those levels, trades above 800s, tries to push up, fails, comes back into overnight range. And then once we start trading back below that 95 level, short then. At this point, it's not something I want to short just yet. Yeah, still 12 minutes still to open. Just to wait it out for a minute. And then on the bottom, so this is all value at the moment, but I'm looking at this distribution here. I can spot the aggression here. This is going to be the extreme for me. 302s, 303s, very likely. This is basically where buyers were most aggressive at the bottom. And the value levels. We'll come back to that that chart in a minute. How is everyone doing? It's Friday, so I kind of want to keep it short and sweet on the P&L today. We'll see what happens. Still a big range. This volatility is still going to be there. I'm still going to be on the micros. Still going to be using a bigger stop loss. Give it some more room. There's no point in trading 30-point stop losses. At least for the way I trade. Damn, am I just sharing the wrong screens here? So buyers did step in on that aggression on the bottom. It's very tiny, but I can see it. So that's going to be a key level. If price were to come close to that again for a break of it, then for a flush, probably a real flush, because next target's probably gonna be, damn, yeah. But as it stands, maybe I can pull up, get some time, get 9 minutes. How do I do this? Go full screen, then duplicate. Give me a daily here. Yo, what? Give me more data. Jesus, more? So from a price action perspective, this is a high, unable to trade above it. This is a low, unable to trade below it. As it stands, we didn't break that level. So anything in between, technically, for me, is still a range. So this just could be the low of this range and we retrace that whole thing. Let's see if there's any signs of aggression here. Adjust setting real quick. Interesting. So on the bottom aggression, bouncing on the bottom aggression. So that's going to be, again, that's going to be that key level here. This is a bigger time frames, right? This is like 5 months, 6 months of price action. But if you regain, where's my drawing pin? So we got value area low here. We get to the aggression. We're bouncing on that aggression for now. If price were to do is like a short squeeze, some type of thing, regain that level, dropping back into value. Yeah, there's a lot of structure to be repaired here too. Could be interesting, but as it stands, this is still very, very heavy. Just going over some scenarios. Yeah, 6 minutes till the open. So about to dive deep into that overnight in a second here. think the aggression is higher if I pull it all up. There's a case to be made to pull it up higher. Right here. But yeah, bouncing. See if they can pick it up. If that level flushes, it's gonna be looking real spooky, like 24,450 on a higher time frame. That's gonna be a interesting move here. This thing's gonna be, if you think things are volatile right now, Jesus. All right. Overnight. So 5 more minutes till the open here. Still same. So dragging that overnight value area high towards low volume nodes. Create a zone. That aggression level. Only thing I don't like about this aggression level is that it's that close towards the invalidation point of that value area high. I should use it. It's the strongest one. It's the clear strongest one too. By a lot. So that's gonna be what it's gonna be. And then the value low, it's gonna be the range low, and then I'll just use the first aggression here to the inside. I usually don't draw to the inside. This is like a scenario where it's not able to do it differently. All right, 3 minutes till the open. Downside is going to be, it's probably going to be stay the same here. For downside, and I also usually don't like to put my extremes inside of value. It's not an extreme then. At this point, I'm just going to use it as an aggression level. If this one fails, buyers really are failing, and then I'm expecting a move towards the lows here. If that makes sense. And then from a swing point of view, this one stays the same basically, 75, 76. Got 1 more minute till the open. Yeah, anything in between here. Opening up in range in value, basically at the prior POC. Prior Price could do easily a value rotation early in the session here. We do got news. Top of the hour. Michigan. This usually brings in some volatility, so I'll be careful for that one. Gotta find the spot for this chat. And market's open. At that prior POC here. This could be. See if we regain here. Lots of absorption at the bottom at the moment. Still under that value area low and that aggression. Basically buying the top here. If I were to do that. So also on the weekly, no real targets to the downside here. Upside, basically prior sessions range needs to be resolved for me to get really bullish or bearish at this point. Do like what's going on here though. No shot, okay. Should have been, yeah, dude, damn, insane, dude. So at that prior POC here, see the absorption, price unable to push through, buyer stepping in. That was the key sign to join the momentum for a bounce from that level. Just trying to get long here, but yeah. This is a 135 point candle. Basically just swept the overnight high here. Strength, I want to see that level holds. Not really a fan of longing after a level like that got swept. Now I kind of want to see something really obvious. Still looks strong though, above that aggression level, above prior value. Just not the biggest fan after a sweep of that level. Still pushing it though. These candles, dude. 40-point wick on that candle. Absorption. Pushing through the higher. Very likely to sweep higher. Even though sellers are trying to push it here. It's a battle going on here for sure. Who's gonna win? Strong. Was doable. $9.11's right here. It's going to be a level. $9.12. If this one breaks by range higher. Kind of bummed that we didn't get the entry on the low here. We would have been sitting pretty again. Just a freaking 140 point candle. Jeez, it's just insane. They still want to buy it higher though. That price range high is very obvious. Very obvious target. Nasdaq before that level breaks. Morning, Nicholas. Morning, morning, morning. Just in time. I'm shorting the strength. Someone should have gone long on that level. CVD is strong. It's basically the level you don't want to see. CVD is super strong here. Could just get out of the position. Just like that. Was anticipating a failure here. Ideas here. Longs above, shorts below. Basically short at that point of control. Very smart. You can see the aggression in the buyers here. On that point of control, it's usually a bullish thing. The structure and the location just made sense to me. Delta definitely was not agreeing. Do we get that news in 14? Getting absorbed. Looking for that prior range high here. So basically everything above 875 is longs for me until we fall back into it. This one was just impossible to enter on. And then here, every time the continuation play happens, you just can't wait for a retest. This thing just goes. Basically, gotta enter around the aggression, see it happen, enter. Not too sure if it's gonna give an entry anymore before the news drops. CVD is selling off. This formation looks strong though. On the bottom. Yeah, might require some patience. Let's see if there's more points of interest. Dude, those weekly profiles are lagging hard. Basically at a low volume node on a weekly, 960s. News in 6. So once we drop back into this level here, basically this range, rhythmic, just gotta disconnect it. We're back, I think. Yeah. So once we drop back into that range, this could be a potential liquidity sweep as long as we stay trading under that. If that's the case, if we stay trading under this, I'll be looking for that range low, the structure here, basically the low of the day, and a potential complete value rotation with its key levels inside of it. Especially for me when price starts trading under this aggression level. Trades around this level, the expected value of the trade is the highest, but the risk to reward is the smallest, the potential is the biggest. But also the highest risk right here. Also, like 3 minutes before that news, with the current volatility, I'm not too sure I want to put on a 60-point stop loss trade. It's very annoying because the move can happen in that candle or from that candle, and then the trade location is gone. But yeah, regardless, it's Friday, so capital preservation day. I want to make money. I'm gonna turn this green, hopefully. I want to do smart, so CVD is creating a little bit of a bull flag. CVD is still strong. There's just nothing, man. There's no volume in this candle. So if price decides to trade back to that or in that candle, this is going to be violent and quick and volatile. Again, at that point of control, you see the buy aggression here. You want to see that fail, basically. Again, everything above that aggression here is bullish as fuck. I wanna look for shorts here, but it's too. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it here. It kind of makes sense, but it's like at that bounce level, this could just wick and then drop, especially on that news. I'm gonna wait for this to break and then probably get somewhat more aggressive when we hit that. So this is the buy aggression here. If that fails, I'll be looking for yeah, lower. Yeah, news is about to drop in 2 seconds. Dude, is this the most anticlimactic Michigan sentiment of the year? It's about to hit or get it back into that low volume node. Brutal, man. This was the most anticlimactic news drop. Could have shorted it. Maybe they're just late with their numbers. Did drop though, did drop. Also trading back in value, basically swept the high of prior range. Trading back into value. Let's see what they do. Kind of want to see this break and then join. Still a potential case to be made for this to be demand, and then price just regains it all. The expected value trade for the short was there right here for me. You can see on the delta profile too, there's some buy aggression here at that value high from that overnight. Getting somewhat conflicting information here. Basically everything on that sweep level. I don't want a long. I want to go look for shorts. I don't want to short against this. I want to wait for the break. This is the potential long area too. I don't want a long because we're under that sweep level. Getting a little bit of a conflicting information at the moment. What a wick. 50-point wick. This could be a nice, I like this formation for a short, but I want to see price trade below low. Don't try this at home. This is the level I got him out. I need to give it more room, dude. What am I doing? Morning, sir. Morning. What is the target here? Okay, at first it's gonna be this level. Current range low. First target on that aggression. Don't really want to see price going back. So I was trying to step in here. They gotta push through. Especially towards that aggression level, 13s. This is still that aggression on the buyers. They need to fail. What's going on, Sir Black? This level's gotta fail. If you trade below the current under 58, I'll probably go tighter with my stop. It's case to be made for more size. I'm not gonna do that. Trying to buy it up here. CVD strong if I look at it right now. Not the biggest fan here. The stop also is too tight for any. I don't want to give it more room, so it does not make that much more sense. It's not looking hot. Through getting that level, buyer stepping in. Yeah. So I don't want to give it more room than this. It doesn't make sense. This level could buy it up here. If for some reason this thing starts working below 57, I might start adding. It has to trade below 82s, strong above 82s. From a higher time frame perspective, I like it. I like the direction, but my timing is very off. Yeah. That's why I usually wait for a more pronounced drop and then a retest. I just want to be in the move with those huge candles. Let's see what's going on here. CVD strong. That's what's going on. Greed? Who the fuck puts his target that far away? I do that. I do that. Gonna break even here. I don't want to see price bounce again at that level. Then this is just range bound miss Friday. Come on, Nasdaq, fail. Dump. From a higher time frame perspective, I still like the idea of price getting back, like this being a liquidity sweep, and then price looking for more liquidity to trade lower, especially first target here, that current range low. If price is unable to do so, this is just one big mess, and today is just going to be a chop fist. Well, at least the open here. So I kind of want to see resolution sooner than later to keep me interested in trading this. If this doesn't melt, it's just gonna get back in range. Yeah, not a fan of this shit. And back in range. Gotta love it. Disruption. You can see it on the CVD. Like stars are super aggressive. You can see it on the big trades too. Lots of sell aggression on the bottom. Huge candle. Just getting bought up by passive orders. Skin would have been a nice long at that level. casual 70-point candles. So trading this volatility, you need trade location to be perfect. You need a wide enough stop to not be caught up by this bullshit. And as it stands, this thing is very, 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 very range bound. It's basically create a lower day, higher day, unable to trade below, unable to trade above. Anything in between is chop or range. It's tradable for sure. It's just not aligning to what I want to see. It's going to be the extreme of the range, like 940, 940s, 945. Yeah, just need the patience. Just, if you lose patience in this price action, it happens very quick. So I'm trying to do some charting, as in draw the profile, draw the range. Basically like this. This basically is the aggression. Look for the aggression on top. So everything below that. And then everything. Yeah, we've been there. We all been there many times, I think. Still consolidating above prior POC, which is a very bullish. It's not a bearish thing. It's not a bearish thing. Consolidating above a high volume node is bullish into that direction. Just like these levels for good expected value of the trade. But yeah, goes a little bit south when price does what it does. It's gotta move. There's areas to flip it, but I don't want to really push too much buttons in here. And those weekly levels, I mean, they're valid, but once they're tapped, they lose value. again selling off hard from that level. How do you get a freaking entry on shit like that? I mean, obviously trading something else than a 1 minute chart. Ticks, maybe, volume, but or range. But that gets messy so quick. And then at this point, you don't wanna go short here. Price, it's too easy for price to do something like that, or just get a wait. Yeah, that or do not do anything. It's either, for me at least, put an order at that level, and usually wide enough stop could have been a thing. Or wait for resolution for a more pronounced drop. But that's just a pullback. I mean, you created a higher high, potentially creating a higher low, even though that candle might be freaking 80 points down. Structure is still somewhat good. But yeah, range. And back up. Trying to see if I can find some obvious spots where sells are most aggressive. At this point, this is that 940 level, 945. And basically here, 900s, 910. Yeah, higher low confirmed by this candle here. Maybe I should have added these levels, more equals here. If there's a seller stepping in, I might want to join, but I don't see any bearishness. I only see green dots. It's probably not the best thing to short. Yeah, they're buying it up here. So if I use this profile as a narrative, basically initially rejected here, draw back into it. Very likely to go to the value area high. That level of aggression on top. It's going to be looking really bullish for a move up once we break that level. I'm just trying to look for a potential short entry towards the bottom of the range again. I only see green, 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 green dots. Green, green. IB closed. You could also play the initial balance rules. Wait for a break of either side and then play the failure of that. So from that overnight level, our perspective, it's not a bearish thing. Trading above that aggression, the value. Really want to see a move below that aggression, that value area high for shorts. This point from this perspective. Bouncing at the current POC. I want to see price obviously bounce from that POC and look for value area high, that aggression on top. Definitely don't want to see price trade below that bearish aggression. Kind of want to be freaking tight ASAP here too. Don't want to see the failure. If you break that aggression level, I want to secure some profits. Let's get into that level of rejection. It's gonna get some sort of reaction, very likely. Let's see if it keeps me in the move. Stop is very tight though. It's not the best ideal place to place your stop, but I don't want to see price do a retrace of the range, because this is the potential break out of the range. I do like that a lot. Do I put my stop below the aggression? It's $90. It's okay. This is a spot for sellers to step in. This level got a hold, like buy aggression at 18s. We need to start trading back above 30s. If we hit 30s, I'll be going break even. If you trade above the current candle high, I'm going break even. This is where I should have put it break even. Why am I not break even? I'm break even. Why am I break even? My stop is at a bad spot. Fuck it, I'm giving it the room that it needs, deserves. Trading above 930s, especially above that aggression here. I'll be going break even for sure. Struggling here though. Where are your 100-point candles now, NASDAQ? Don't like the swing fail here at the moment. That intra candle trading above that prior candle high and then fails. Not the biggest fan here. Dude, what are you waiting for? It's at that value area high too. It's very fucking likely to do a rotation or pullback towards lower aggressions. Get some support of these buyers. My stop is somewhat below that, so I kind of protected here. If this fails, it's very likely to go back to that POC. So I basically could put my stop tighter, but that don't make no sense. If you start trading above the prior candle's high, very likely to put it break even. That was basically that move. I'm break even. Still rejecting. It has to trade above 930s. And that's just the beginning. Then we're hitting the real elephant in the room here. 942s. So first 930s has to break, then 940s. If we don't break here, it's just going to retrace, look for that liquidity, and I need to put it back lower. Basically, you should wait for price to trade above 931s. That's when you really don't want to see that that failure. I'm not a fan here, for sure. I'm not a fan here. If it can go up, it's going to go down. It's going to go down. It's going to swing those points. Sir? No. What? Are you selling? Are your market selling this market? Watch me go break even right now. Right. $940s. This is the big one. If this one goes, 85 is pretty quick. Oh, I kind of don't want to see price. I mean, this fucking trail. What the fuck is this trail? Market, you better go to the moon. Go, 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 go. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Top of the range. Top of the fucking range. Structure still looks good. Candles are just freaking huge. If you start trading above 47, I'm trailing something. But yeah, the buy aggression here is not having it. Yeah, rejection from that level at 940 is not good. Only thing I gotta do is wait though. Just wait. Kinda wanna see a resolution above 47s sooner than later though. Freaking 941s, 42s. Lower time frame, 5 minute. Don't reject. If this rejects, I'm probably gonna get stopped out in 0.2 seconds. This has to go from here. Try something. The probability for this to get absorbed is too big. Dude, how long have I been in this fucking trade, dude? 10 minutes? Fucking feels like, I mean, longer. I'll start adding here. 17. So a break and retest is still fine here. On the aggression level. You don't want to see that level fail, or we all know what's gonna happen then. But everything above this level is good for the aggression on top and that high, that current higher day. The sellers trying to push it, see if they get absorbed. See if the buyers still want some. They're getting squished. From the moment buyers try to step in, they just freaking flushed it. Well, this was worth a shot for trade towards higher levels here. That was not a bad trade. Just didn't get me completely out of my hole. Small one though, 250. And there's a case to be made to short it here, flip it. but that doesn't align with my higher time frame ideas. What do you mean, sir? Lower time frame, 5 minutes? This is a 1 minute. The entry chart. I need to go to the bathroom real quick. Jeez, what a dumb. Stairs up, elevator down, huh? So could have. But then again, like how you entering on this? Just market ordering it right here. But these levels become like line in the sands. Once it's above, like super bullish. Once it fails, you see what happens. Like back in range, still unable to trade above this level, this high, and this high. Anything in between, range bound. It was a good setup though for a try towards that high though, but yeah, clearly failed. All right, I need to go to the bathroom. Like hacksaw, yeah, hacksaw with 100-point candles. I'll be right back. Seems like we're still in range. That level is a clear point of failure. Stretch the volume profile. Which one, sir? Which one? What are you talking about? What do you want to see? You want to see these profiles? Do you want to see the overnight profile? Oh. Something like that. Does that make sense for you, sir? So I was looking for, or I always look for aggression. So you have value. So whenever price is trading out of value, okay, I can do that for you. Why is this? Like if you're using deep charts and you're using fixed volume profiles, always make sure you put the auto grouping on manual. It when you add the indicator, it always sets it to automatic, but you want to use manual. What that does is like it will not aggregate the profile. So when you zoom in, it stays the same. When you zoom out, it stays the same. If it's an automatic, it's going to group. The more you zoom out, it's going to group levels together, and it's going to give you a less accurate view. But sir, I want to see what's going on with the market. But yeah, not the biggest fan because when price, especially, I mark out those like the sweep levels, like when price moves out of balance, sweeps some levels, you want to see some clear reaction here. You want to see a failure. You want to see this to be used as a liquidity sweep. You want to see price trade back into that range, and you want to see price drive towards lower prices, ideally to lower liquidity levels, to opposite liquidity levels. If after 90 minutes in the session, price is one, it's not using this as a liquidity sweep and selling off. Two, it's not trading above and running towards more liquidity to the upside. After 90 minutes, it's still around a level. That's not ideal. Like, it's really not ideal to trade for me. Now we basically bounced from the value low from the current session. This could have been a long too. But I'm kind of losing interest in this session. Kind of want to make $1 or $2 today. But there's no need for me to like put on risk in these market conditions when candles are 40 points, 50 points in the aggression. at this point, for me, the most obvious play with the highest or the best trade location, with the best stop loss and the highest reward, is going to be on the extremes. It's going to be an IB play. So current IB high, for example. Let's draw some lines. So the high of the session, the low of the session. So at this point, we established it looks like a tight range, but this is how many points? It's nearly 200 point range. But for example, going short here, it's not ideal. Price can easily get up to the higher points here. You need a huge stop loss. Your reward is minimal. So ideally, if in an ideal world where I'm the most patient person in the whole wide world, you wait for price to move above. This is the IB high. Then two things can happen. Same thing as on that sweep level. One, you use the support and you look for more liquidity, aka just higher prices, or they use this to generate more liquidity for then a move back into the IB. You can enter on weakness. Your stop is clearly defined here, clearly defined stop, and there's way bigger reward. I mean, that doesn't mean if it fails here that it's going to go to the low of the session, but the probability is there. Especially after 90 minutes in the session when you're like chopping around. That's what I should wait for. And we might just get it if price do something like that. At the same time, I'm looking for prior sessions. I look for potential areas of interest. Basically, we're rejected from like 970, 975. So what is this level? 972. So if we break current highs, gotta be careful. At the same time, you can use the same techniques I'm using on the overnight. Look for the aggression. Could just use the high volume node here, which is going to be those big trades like this. And that was a nice move from the value low here. Just not really an entry without being super, super, super aggressive. That buy aggression, the value area high on the overnight, dude, those were the spots to go long from. And someone was going short against him, anticipating a melt below those levels. So again, I was sharing my wrong screen here. So IB close. This is IB high. I'm looking for a move up through it and see what happens here. For shorts, I want to see a failure, price trade back under that aggression, and then go short. Longs, I just don't want to see the failure. I just want to see a higher low. But I'm much more less inclined to go long. It makes sense though, makes sense. I'll see what happens. A ton of buy aggression here on top. You can see the green dots. And at the same time, from my sweep perspective, everything above this level is don't short. You buy it. But today we might make an exception. Dude, look at that CVD candle, dude. I like the short. How crazy that sounds. I'm going short super, super aggressive because I don't want to freaking enter after a 100-point candle. I like the idea here. IB, lots of buy aggression. Failing here, potential absorption, potential. I'm way too quick here to go short. The sellers gotta push through here. Not a bad stop loss, like $100. It's worth a shot. I do like what I see. There's just so many things that tell me you're doing something wrong because we're trading above that sweep level. Price is aggressive to the upside. I see a lot of bullish delta here. Back again, confirming above that aggression. That's not good in my favor. Everything above that box is bad for me. Especially because you're getting absorption from the sellers too. Sellers pushed it hard here at that level. Unable to push through. See if that passive seller is still... Nope. Maybe. Probably not. So yeah, regardless of me entering that aggressive, even when the candle closed, I probably would have gone short against that level. It's like 2 points difference maybe. It is aggressive, but I kind of gotta be aggressive in this market conditions. This is strong. When you see like bearish candle go to it, wicks, super strong. Sir. There she goes. So then again, but I was short, but this was basically a good long entry at the same time. Creating new highs, price pulls back, see the absorption, so step in, they tried to step in, they failed, we close above. It's a bullish thing. Rejecting that aggression, super bullish. Like super bullish. Just bullish. Trying to spot if there's like an area of interest up here, which there is. One last time. Very unlikely to work. Especially with a 12-point stop loss in these market conditions, trying to catch a top. That's fine. Wait for some more information right now. Could still work, could still play out. Just want to see some more information now. I'll wait for the bigger candle. How do I want to play this? Also, no sell aggression yet on top here. Kind of want to see seller step in, create some aggression. It's probably the smart thing to do. Huge buyer here on that level. Definitely line in the sand here. Nah, no footprints. I do like footprints, but it's too much information. It's the same. I use different things, as in swing points. I'm just being very aggressive here with my entry because I like the trade location more than any indicator can tell me. I just need the patience for this level to get broken, for price to really show that sellers are stepping in and are winning a battle. I still like the trade location a lot. Might go one more time. One more time. Because again, I'm very early. Just seller stepping in, this can easily get absorbed at that big trades level. But if price melts, I'm losing trade location. It's basically information versus price. And it's only like 2 micros, $140. So I'm able to do it. Wouldn't be able to do that on a 1 minute here. That would be like a lot of money. There's just a lot of things that tell me to not go look for a short. And at least my overnight levels, it's long above all these levels. And that sweep level on the 15. Above, bullish. Below, bearish. It's just this trade. A trade like this makes more sense for me, risk-reward wise. Just more meat on the bone to the downside. But at the same time, I'm picking tops here. But it's just a top with some probabilities. It's not a random spot. Again, sellers, buyers step in, close above, bullish. Price needs to trade below that structure, or yeah, very likely to go back to that high. If we do sell off, I might put an ads on it and trail my stop below 95s. But yeah, still bouncing from that level. Seems like that stop is going to get taken out. Someone should be playing longs. Let's see how much am I up. on this account this week. If this stop gets taken, I'm still up 4 grand. Yeah, not really sure how much I want to trade after this. I might do it later, but I need to have more patience for price to really show that direction. Someone's fighting the strength. Yeah, above bullish, below bearish. So I'm definitely forcing shorts against that, trying to predict the market doing a failed IB and just basically doing the opposite. It's range low from 2 weeks ago, 25,025. At the same time, I still like that idea because of the structure. It's poor structure. If price fails, this is going to be a quick move down. My God, I need some patience for this. I don't want to see potentials again, but I'm just picking tops here. I'm counter trend trading the whole idea of an IB play. Above bullish, below bearish. So gotta play it like that. There's no point in just putting on a position to put on a position, because I think something might do something. I used to trade with market profile, but I favor volume profile. It's the same how I say this, methodology behind it, but you can be way more precise using volume. There's if for example this this profile here, yes, you have the obvious levels, as in the value, the low, the high. But once you trade above value, yes, you're going out of balance. But you don't see the information of where the aggression is. That's key. That's key. So everything, volume profile over market profile, for sure, especially for day trading like this. Go long, man. I'm not gonna go long. We'll see. We'll see. Lots of aggression all of a sudden in this candle. So this time I'm gonna wait for structure to short. Just watch it melt without giving me an entry. I started trading live every day since a week ago again. So yeah, I'll be here every day. That's what I do regardless. That's why I started streaming, because dude, this is what I do, dude. This is my life. This turned into my life. This absorbed my life, and I rather be here online, create a community, be with some mind like it people, and do this together instead of just being here by myself alone, man. It's a lonely job. Yeah, I'll be here. Again, using that aggression as support. Don't want to fight that level again. Waiting for price to trade below. And then still, price can sweep, regain. But the probability gets higher for me to get in the short if we start trading below. I don't want to do business here, even though it wants me to do it here. Damn, someone was muted. God damn it. Interesting. Yeah, but regardless, if we start trading back above that level here, the failed IB play for me is out of the window, because it's like 30 minutes till lunch. Yes, it can still happen, but it has to fail here for me. Otherwise, I'm really losing interest, because it's longs only. Everything is screaming longs only. So for example, again, on that overnight here, value low, value very high, I like to look for the extremes out of value, the aggression on delta. Use those levels as a narrative in the guide. So for example, today you can see above buy, below sell, and above today was only above, so only buy model today. Although it was very messy. I had conflicting information, as in, for me, everything above that level is buy, everything below is sell. Price unable to sell off. Creates a range, trades inside, eventually moves out of it. So we're basically in a trending market environment at the moment. Above that IB, so longs only above. Only trade the failed IB when it fails and trades below. And it basically needs like a 15-minute close at least inside of that range for it to be a failed IB. So me trying to pick the tops here for a good trade location, it can work, but yeah, just get stop out. It's fine. I think we're still 3,950. Just barely 4K up this week then. I think that's good. So yeah, probably should have bought it. Who said that? Buy it. Go long. It's just in place like this, the reward for me is in my head, in my mind, it's bigger down here. When I enter here, I see like these swing lows. If price were to fail, very likely to do something like that. But yeah, fighting the strength is also not a good thing. $60-point move. That's not bad. Potential ads. Also, once you start trading above that aggression. These levels also help for protection. Like if you're long here, price trades above, you can just start trailing once they break. You don't want to see those levels get failed. CVD is going ham again. Then again, at this structure, like how do you enter on this? It's just not giving you a retest. You really just gotta punch it at the level. Huge absorption at the top now. I mean, at the same time, they want to buy it higher. You can see it in the delta, like top of the profile, huge buy delta. Could be absorption, but at the same time, it's super bullish because they want to pay higher prices. Not really any big sell aggression in reference towards that big buy delta. And these profiles are thin. It's getting whippy here. Weekly targets. Next target on the weekly was 285. If you keep trading above this 25 level, which level was that? Yeah, 200s. See the point of control top of here, indicating some absorption. This one setting, so annoying to put it manually every time. A trial. Not sure if there's a trial. Not sure. Is there? I'm curious. Doesn't look like it, sir. There's a monthly subscription for $70. I know it's expensive though. Depends how you trade, really. The main reason why I use DeepCharts is one, the bubbles. It just worked the best from what I've seen from other platforms. And then the profiles, how they indicate the delta with the volume, I really like that. Besides that, it's just like any other platform. There's ones that have better drawing mechanisms. This one's a bit clunky now and then. There's easier ways to do things, I think. But this is a solid order flow platform, if not the best. That's all the bells and whistles. Again, the absorption. Once we start trading back below that swing point, very likely to sell off some more. Not something I want to long against, even though it's a bullish thing. What's my biggest win and loss? It depends. Do you call blowing an account a loss? Or in one trade? So I've blown through funded accounts with $6,000 on it in a day, for sure. Easily. Tough lessons. Biggest win on a day, I think 5,000. Yeah. Like in a market condition like this, at this moment in time, if you're trading minis, you're setting yourself up for huge losses. I'm trading 2 micros. Just have some peace of mind, because this is just brutal. Like, look at the absorption in this candle. This then should be your protection in the trade. So for example, you go long at 25s and you want to use all those big trades as your protection, which is a very valid thing to do. 08, I mean, this was not that bad. It's like a 20-point wick. But 20 points on one mini is, what is it? $400? Yeah, $400. That's a lot of money. If you trade for a few hours and you go on tills, it's easy. It's an easy thousands of dollars hole. I also don't like to measure P&L. It's never a good thing. I think from my experience, what I've noticed is the one thing we should measure is how do we control ourselves or oneself. That's the thing. Like, for example, now I'm down $550. I don't really care that much about $550. Only thing I care about is how I manage myself accepting this and turning it off and walking away. Because I know from in the past, like, just not accepting a small loss like this turns into a blown account, for example. So yeah, measuring P&L is doesn't make sense. It's about consistency, control, behavior. Anything else is just size. This is a $50,000. I mean, this is a 50K account. But I do have like let me see, where is it? $6,000 of drawdown on it. So $50K are just the cheapest, the easiest, make more sense. Just adjust your risk towards the 2K drawdown instead of buying a 150K account with what is it, $4,500 of drawdown, and start trading minis and then blow through that like in one day if the market's not doing what you want it to do. And then you lost like, I don't know, how much is that on my fund futures? Where is it? So with a $150,000 account, you're easily going to like 300, 400 bucks. $100,000 account, 260, yeah, 200, 300 too. That's just, it's too much to, especially if you're starting out. Just get a 50K account, trade micros, and learn to trade. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's still like, because there's multiple accounts, there's times where I'm just like, fuck it and have some fun with it. It's not good behavior, but it's definitely one of the hardest things to grow from, because it's a lot of ego and such, and we're like on our own. Like there's no boss to like tap us on the shoulder and say, doing a bad thing, you're punished, or like you're done for the day, or like having a risk manager. Like those prop accounts, they want you basically to blow those accounts. They're not gonna help you manage risk. Basically, to do it properly, in my opinion, a 50K account, $2,000 of drawdown, give yourself 10 days of, all 10 days are failures, like $200 a day. Give yourself 10 days to trade. I trade these way more aggressive. But if I would start over, yeah, I would definitely, with the knowledge I have now, slow the fuck down, because it's not about P&L. And then when you start out, it is all about P&L. And in some ways, it keeps being all about P&L, but you keep understanding that if you keep that mindset, you'll keep in that vicious cycle of gaining an account, making money on an account, destroying that account, buying an account, and repeating that loop all over again, because you're so focused on the money instead of just, what is my process, what is my routine, what are the things I really need to put focus on. Like, and it's different for everyone. It's not a strategy. Like everyone can trade the same strategy, but it's not going to work for everyone, because everyone needs different tweaks for their own personality. Some people need to be more aggressive. Some people need to chill the fuck out. Some people need to trade big. Some people need to trade small. Some people need to be in and out quick. Some people need to give it more room. Like there's so many different things that go in play. Yeah. If I only knew all the things I know right now back then, yeah, it would have saved me a few $100 for sure. For sure. All right, so at this time, absorption on the bottom and basically absorption on top, just because it's that big. Green dots on top means they want to buy it higher, which is a very bullish thing. But at this time, it's very big, selling off. Get the absorption on the bottom. If this level fails on the bottom, I'll be looking for that IB high again. But as long as this holds, this is protection for the longs. You're also regaining so many levels. It's definitely not something to short. Only short it is when price gets below that IB. And it doesn't seem like it wants to do that. right now. Getting kind of hungry too. How long have I been streaming for? Fucking nearly 2 hours. Damn, time flies. Maybe a quick little recap. And I'm grabbing some food because I'm really freaking hungry. Right, how do I do this? Right, profiles. Right, so profile wise, we opened up in the middle of value from yesterday, basically bouncing from the POC, closing above the value area high on that 30-minute. Buyer step in, they keep pushing it up, trade towards the prior range higher. So from a 30-minute perspective, it makes a lot of sense for price to, one, consolidate above a high volume node, in this case a point of control, which is a bullish thing. It just took a long time for price to resolve to the upside. So you open up above that POC, consolidate above it, start trading above that prior value area high. Next up, you target that prior range high. You trade above that prior range high. Next level was, in this case, that overnight point of control. And then you get that aggression level here at the 38s. So yeah, so on and so forth, next levels. So overall, even though it didn't look like a bullish thing today or too bullish, or I was still looking for shorts too long. That's also a thing. So from that profile perspective, yeah, bullish follow up. Yeah. Then that overnight, the snipe levels. So for me, everything above that aggression level is a bullish thing, and only look for shorts once we start trading below that aggression level and that value area low level. Upon open, initially try to go long, but like a freaking 140 point candle go up and I'm unable to join that. And then once we came back, I was anticipating, because we tried up, we failed that. I think it also was the prior range high. We basically opened up, swept the overnight high, swept the prior range high, and then started failing, which made me feel a little bit more safe with putting on shorts below that level. I should have waited for more, same thing as on the IB highs today, wait for more of a break, an obvious break, an impulse move, then a retrace, and then go short instead of going short at that level. Too aggressive. Yeah, so above that level, bullish, buy it, below it, sell it. So from this point of view, bullish thing, only longs only. Yeah. Let's go for the entries. What did I do today? Let's remove the weekly levels here. Daily levels. Daily levels. Those IB levels can go for now. Just keep on the levels. Maybe I wanna draw on my screen. So I need this. So market opens up here. Maybe I'll remove my head. Like this? Yeah, that's better. So market opens up here, opening price At that point of control, once we swept that structure, I saw the absorption on the sellers at that point of control. You see the sellers here on that high volume node on that primary POC. Where's my freaking, okay. Buyer step in. I put an order here. Obviously, like 140 points move up, unable to join it without being super, super aggressive. Then missing out on everything because where's my orders? Higher. Jesus. I'm missing some levels to make sense here. Yes. So opening up, unable to join, huge candles up, bullish, trading above that prior value area high, bullish, but we sweep that level here. We sell off from it. I went a little bit too aggressive short, but was worth a shot. Those levels work for me. Regardless, I get stopped out here. Price trades towards the prior range high. Sweeps it, then starts selling off all the way back to that value area high and that aggression on the overnight. At the same time, the opening price, that POC. So a lot of levels here. I think I only was watching it like this. Yeah, just like this, I think. I started shorting very aggressively once we saw this rejection, anticipating price to drop back in range and go for lower prices. Because on a higher time frame, this sweep level, that sweep level there, above bullish, below bearish, and basically once we swept that level, fail that level initially, as we do here, this becomes for me a liquidity sweep, a potential liquidity sweep, I should say. And then the probability for me is there to see lower prices to the low of day, to the other side of liquidity. But it didn't do it. We very obviously bounced on that level. But after this happens, I'm starting to lose interest to trade towards that level. For me, the high probability is that we are going to look for those levels. We didn't even come to it. We got absorbed here. I tried it. It didn't work. Then we bounce again on that level, creating new highs, higher lows. CVD strong. Once we strip that level again, use the support. I should use more context. Where is that profile? I was basically going long. There she is. Point of control. So you see the price selling off, buyer stepping in, closing above. I went long on that, anticipating a move towards the aggression and the range high. Price tried, failed, stopped me out here, took some profits, but yeah, whatever. Price dropping back into that range. This is where I'm really start losing interest. These levels should decide trade location or direction for me. Obviously, when things chop or range bound, they are range bound, and those just don't work. But overall, I should have been putting more focus on that narrative, and also the narrative from the daily sessions. Because as you can see here, we just beautifully rejected that value area high there. I wasn't watching it. I was watching it like this. And then end of the session, we started shorting strength, which is not a good thing. But anticipating IB fail, which is way too soon. Once price trades outside of IB, in theory, we need like at least one 15-minute close. I think in the books it's 2 15 minutes, but like 1 15-minute to be really aggressive, or at least a 5-minute close. I was just way too aggressive. It was not even trading inside of it. I was anticipating price to fail, giving the days being a little bit range bound. But then again, once you start trading above this, it's a buy model, it's a trend model. Yeah, happens. Not bad. We're still green on the week. It's only a $550 day. It's fine. It's fine. So that's it, friends. I want to thank you for watching, being here. Have a good weekend. Over the weekend, I will drop a weekly volume profile level, get my weekly levels in, see what's going on there, and prepare for next week. And after that, yeah, Monday live stream. So have a good weekend. I'll see everyone on the next one. Peace.